Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Review. Well, I want to talk to you about the Powell Tax, the tax that he's taxing all of us in our economy on as he continues to raise these rates in a Fed frenzy, to supposedly saying we're going to do this till this gets done, even if it drives down slow growth to our economy or even potentially pushes our economy, which I believe already is, into a recession, and sent the market into a 500-point free fall just after the announcement, and came out and actually was stated, prepare for more economic pain. Folks, the writing's on the wall. Some of you are sitting in cash going, what do I do? Some of you are saying, I've lost 100 grand just in the last 30 days. Some of you are saying, I feel like every time I'm putting money away into my retirement, since I'm still working, it's just vanishing because the economy's taking it down with the daily market losses. Folks, let me teach you this Tuesday at retirementprotector.com what you can do to get guarantees to have safe risk protection and safe income protection for your retirement. What do I mean by that? Well, I talk about the core four, and I've talked about the core four for years, but the key core four in this new world economy, driven by people that don't know what they're doing, is our Fed chair or even our Treasury Secretary, who, remember, if you recall, is this inflation transitory or temporary? Folks, this is going to go, as many predict, for another 8 to 12 months plus. And if they're telling you to expect more economic pain because they're already predicting in not only the next two Fed meeting interest rate increases, but another one going into the new year, and then now they're talking about, and then maybe in 2024, 25, we'll start seeing about lowering rates. Well, folks, the pain is going to continue to be endured. And the question becomes, can you continue to endure the pain? And if so, for how long? Because some of you are trying to figure out if you can still be on track to retire. Some of you are trying to figure out, can I still do it in 2 years, 1 year? How soon can I do it? Some of you are trying to figure out while you're in retirement, how in the world am I going to be able to sustain and maintain my lifestyle? I want to give you the core four that will allow you to do that. Safe risk protection, safe income protection, and doing it safely from taxes. The first is, how do you have a guaranteed lifetime income? Ideally, I'll teach you Tuesday how to build it tax-free, that you can't outlive, that will outlive you, but will also cover your core expenses. But that's not enough because we know inflation is just out of control. So the second key in that core four is how to have guaranteed inflation protection. So not just income guarantees, but inflation to the income guarantees that your income will go up every single year, sometimes as high as 5% or guaranteeing it at least 3.5% every year. Thirdly, how do you safeguard against a health setback that you can't expect? Many of you are saying, look, we don't have long-term care. My parents are going through it, or one of my parents are. It's decimated their finances. We don't want to go through this. How do we safeguard against that in a runaway inflation world where we don't have extra money to be spending towards long-term care? Well, how about a backup hybrid long-term care to the guaranteed income and the guaranteed inflation-protected income, as well as can be guaranteed tax-free, with a guarantee of doubling the payout if needed to cover long-term care expenses? And then lastly, how do you make sure that we leave something for the kids or the grandkids? Well, folks, when you can do indexing, which I'll teach Tuesday, where you have upside without downside, and you can, as an example, that strategy, the guaranteed strategy of having no downside and having upside, the last 10 years for the safe growth, for safe risk, is averaged over 16%, taking no downside risk. The guaranteed safe income is 7.2% guaranteed for growing income every year, guaranteed. And once you lock that income in, it's guaranteed to keep pace with inflation up every year, 3.5%. Folks, you worked hard for your money. Learn how your money can work harder from you, but in a safe environment. New times call for new measures. And we're in times that many of us have all agreed we've never seen before, and we pray to goodness we'll never see again. But that means we have to have a different plan, because the traditional plan is just not getting it done. And I want to teach you what you can do to avoid this Fed tax, this indirect tax on inflation, taxation, the economy, the loss of jobs, more unemployment. Folks, you work hard for your money. retirementprotector.com, retirementprotector.com. Learn how to get your retirement safe, and not just your savings, but the income to generate from your savings, and learn how to do it tax-free. Here's to your hidden wealth.